Other example is a deer, 2 deer, a sheep, 3 sheep, a fish, 4 fish. Some nouns do not change in the plural. And finally, we have scissors, pajamas, eyeglasses, shorts, pants. Some nouns are always plural, they don't have singular. Now we're gonna see some quantifiers or qualifiers. Here we have some, any, a, no, a little, a few, or, and several. We will see the uses and the functions of these words. In affirmative, with singular count nouns, we have there is a clock in the kitchen. In plural count nouns, we use some, a few, and several. There are some windows in the kitchen. I have a few questions. I have several mistakes on my composition. In affirmative, non-countable nouns, we have or we use some, a little, or a little. There is some rice in the kitchen. I need a little help. I need a little more time. Well, now in negative, we use a or not. There is a clock in the kitchen. There is no clock in the kitchen. This is with singular countable nouns. With plural countable nouns, we use any or no. There aren't any windows in the kitchen. There are no windows in the kitchen. With non-countable or uncountable nouns, we use any and no. There isn't any rice in the kitchen. There is no rice in the kitchen. And finally, in interrogative, with singular countable nouns, we use a. Is there a clock in the kitchen? Here we have some specification about some or any. Well, here, first, we use some in affirmative with countable nouns in the plural and uncountable nouns. Examples: I want some strawberry and some ice cream. We also use some for offers or requests. Would you like some orange juice? Can I have some milk, please? We use any in the negative and interrogative form with countable nouns in the plural and uncountable nouns. Examples: there isn't any salt left. Have you got any biscuits? Here more specification for a few and a little. We use a few, not many, some, with plural countable nouns. We've got a few eggs. We use a little, not much, some, with uncountable nouns. I want a little orange juice. Entonces tienes que recordar que a few se usa con los sustantivos contables y a little se usa con los sustantivos que no se pueden contar. Now we are going to see progressive tenses. The progressive tenses is characteristic because it describes events that are happening at the moment of the speaker is talking. Esto significa que describe eventos que están pasando en este momento. Progressive tense in affirmative, we have to write the subject, the verb to be, then the verb plus ing, and finally the complement. Well, here we have some examples. She's wearing a green dress. They are always arriving late. Paris is sleeping at home. The stars are shining. The stars are shining. Simple past tense. The simple past tense is used for events that started and finished in the past, events that lasted a short period of time. Simple past tense, affirmative sentences. In the simple past tense, you have to write the subject, then the verbs in the past, and finally the complement. Here we have some examples. She bought a blue dress. They arrived late. Bert finished his homework. They started early. Here you can notice that there are different kinds of verbs, regular and irregular. In the first sentence, she bought a blue dress, the verb is irregular because in the present, buy, and in the past is bought. Comprar. En pasado, en presente es buy, and el pasado es bought. It changes. And in the second sentence, they arrived late. Arrived is regular because you add a final D to the verb. Simple past tense. Negative statements. Well, if you want to write a negative statement, you have to follow the following structure. The subject, the auxiliary did plus not, the verb, and the complement. Here, did is used with all the pronouns. Okay, with all the pronouns. She did not buy a green dress. She did not arrive late, but did not go to the party. I didn't see that movie yesterday night. Recuerda que en este caso el auxiliar di es usado con todos los pronombres y cuando escribes el verbo, aunque sea singular, no tienes que agregar la S final ya que el auxiliar did enfatiza o acompaña al sujeto. As in negative, interrogative sentences in simple past tense, you have to use the auxiliary did, but here you have to did as the first word. The structure is did, subject, verb, and complement. Examples. Did she wear a rose dress? Did they arrive late? Did Per buy a ticket to France? Did you see your parents yesterday? Where, for simple past tense, you have to learn irregular and regular verbs. In the next unit, we're going to see in detail the irregular verbs. Now you have just to study some verbs in a regular way. Well, it's all for this time. I hope we can see you next time. Please, you have to do your homework and you have to practice everything I sent to you. Take care and see you next time.